Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video Today's video is a little bit different because we are getting a little National Geographic up in here, okay? We are getting into some of the animals, and when I think about my channel and I think about the things that I want to present to you guys, I'm only trying to present to you guys the utmost most resourceful, useful knowledge possible. And I feel like this is part of it. Like, I'm sorry, like, hippos, okay? They are one of the world's most dangerous animals, and I just don't think that people are aware. And if and when, you know, we are done dealing with like asteroids coming and viruses taking over the world and shit like that, like if we can get through that and we can get back out into the world, I would just hate for someone to like be on their like post-quarantine African safari and think that it's okay to like talk to a hippo. Because like when I travel and I see animals, like I always like immediately like I run up to them, I love them, like I want to cuddle all the animals. And originally like I would think that a hippo is really cute. But no, that is not the case. Hippos are extremely dangerous, and I actually went and did some further research on the hippos, and I wanted to give you guys some facts that could save your life, and they could essentially just make you a little bit more aware of the danger of these hippos. And you know, that's not to say that there's not danger in other animals, but I feel like a lot of times people like, even like especially like when they travel, like they're on the lookout for sharks, they're on the lookout for alligators. I'm here to tell you to be on the lookout for the hippos. Like, I need you to know that these Jones is big, they run very fast, and they will like, have you ever seen a hippo eat a watermelon? Like, they will do that to your head. So you need to be cautious. Okay, I'm gonna get into these facts that I gathered through my hippo research. They fast as fuck. I already told you guys that. They will do so many different things. They are very, very aggressive. So one of the stories actually that made me want to get started with this was I was watching like one of those Narcos like specials on Netflix or whatnot, and it's like, you know, cute little drug Netflix show or whatnot, like lots of drama, like keeps you entertained. But something that made me like, that shocked me, was that they were talking about like Pablo Escobar, I believe it was, in Colombia, like in his home, he like, because he had so much land, and like when you have that much land and that much money, like I feel like buying animals of like that exotic nature is like, it's almost like showing off your money. Like a lot of like huge drug lords and stuff like that, from what I've gathered, like they get like tigers and like elephants and things like that. So Pablo Escobar had 4 hippos, right? He had 4 hippos in his house in Colombia. After he either passed away or was arrested for like, you know, trafficking, everything that he was doing, after he was gone, the hippos began to multiply. They began to like, you know, like breed. And actually I wrote down the facts, hold on. So in 20, start off as 4 hippos, and then in 2007 it became 16 big ass hippos, and they began to spread and roam all over. And it's so funny because National Geographic actually made like a special on their channel about these hippos in particular, and it was called Cocaine Hippos. And these hippos, they went from the 4 to the 16, and then today in 2018 they're at like 66 to 88 hippos in that area. So the villagers who like watch their, so like in the places like that, like sometimes in places like that, like sometimes the villagers and the people who live like among the wildlife, they use the same rivers to like fish for their food and clean their clothes and stuff like that, that these animals are in. And in like 20, like, you know, years ago, it was okay to have a couple of hippos here and there. Like they weren't as like, I feel like, as dominant because there wasn't as many as them. But now, since Pablo has passed away, and what ended up happening was they ended up breeding and spreading out throughout that area. There's been like attacks and stuff like that of people who like go to wash their clothes, and they're coming to find out that these hippos are so aggressive. Like they will grab you, and they're like water creatures, and they're earth creatures and water creatures. They're kind of known as like the water horse. So they run really fast on land, but they can, just as fast as they can run on land, they could do the same thing in the water. Like they could like get your ass. So there's been like unfortunately, there's been like capsized boats, which is like the scariest thing to me. If you don't know what that is, it's basically the hippo will literally like charge at you underwater and then charge at the boat and then hit the boat so hard that the boat flips over and then he eats the people or chomps at the people that fall off the boat. So like there have been capsized boats of like 15, 20 people and like he has like eaten all of them, like the hippos or she, I don't know, it could be a big ass hippo girl, I don't know. But they will like, that's vicious. Like, and that's what I mean by like, don't be scared of the alligator, like don't be scared of the cheetah, or like don't be scared of like the bears and stuff like that, because like they're gonna attack you, but this is like a different type of attack. Like I actually feel like hippos are actually like severely like evil, like almost like more evil danger in a way, like almost like they enjoy it more than every other kind. And that's why I wanted to get this PSA out there, because I didn't want you guys to, and like, you know what, people can, because you know what, people can be like this too. That's what it really comes down to, is like we're afraid of the snakes and the alligators and the sharks, but watch out for the hippos and the chimpanzees and like the ones that you don't really expect to come for you and like flip your boat over and eat you. Those are the ones you need to be careful of. And I think that's a life lesson that we should all think about also as humans. But it's so crazy because the hippos actually, like, they're so dangerous and so aggressive that I'm telling you guys to not be scared of those other animals. Those other animals are actually like in capacity like with the hippos, and like alligators are scared of hippos. So many of like the world's most scariest, most fearful animals that humans are afraid of, hippos actually tear up. So that is another reason why it's like, girl, like if you get out of the quarantine, which we all gonna do, hopefully, positive thinking, and you get on the African safari and you get out there, like be careful of the hippos, because I don't want you to get through the quarantine, not get the virus, live, and then you get to Africa and you get your boat capsized, and then you're, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to save people, and that is why I'm trying to get this information out there. But hold on, let me get to my other facts. They're aggressive, and what ended up happening with those villagers that were washing their food, it became a thing. So they were at this river and they were using it to wash their clothes, and like there was crops and foods and stuff like that that was even beyond the river. And like I said, the hippo can come on land. So even though that they recreate their children and reproduce and everything like underwater, they do a lot of like their hunting. What they ended up doing, they do it at dusk. So, excuse me, when the sun goes down, they come up on land a little bit and like they hunt. And that is around the same time that like humans or the villagers or whatnot will collect the crops and try to put them in their baskets and be cute and get their family ready for dinner. And the hippos will find them getting their crops together for dinner and eat the crops and the people getting the crops. So you can see how this is a huge deal in these villages. So they have had like little mini wars where like they're killing the hippos and the hippos are you know, aggressively killing them. And it's like a war because they are scared. Like it becomes like a thing. Like after so long, so many boats are capsized or so many hippos chase people that it's like, okay, they're a danger. Like now it's like you have to be shot upon impact, I would think. Like it's not like so much of like the other creatures that it's like if you see them in the woods or something, like, you know, you have a gun, but like you will attack them if they attack you. No, like hippos, if you see them, like they will just attack you. Like I think that's the whole thing. And I think that's why like in Colombia and even in Africa where they originated, I believe, it became like more of a war thing. So like they're aware of the aggression of hippos, but I feel like it hasn't yet. Like we more so see them here in America at like in cages and zoos and stuff like that. So we're not really sure of like their full potential to be like aggressive. I don't think that they get the chance to show that here. But they're showing it in Africa and Colombia to these villagers. And there are videos, and I'm going to try to get some of these pictures and videos up mixed in with this video. But I'm going to try to let you guys see some of the damage and evil that these hippos create. Now, again, like there are other things that we can be scared of, other things that we need to focus on, other things that we need to bring a light to. But this is just something that I feel like needs to have a small light shined upon, because like I said, like you never know, you might get your coin up and you might be on an African safari before you know it, and the hippo's coming for you. And I don't want you to be the one to get flipped over and eaten, because they will, like, they're vicious. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video though and just like listening to my PSA, and I'm interested to know what you guys think in the comments down below about the hippos. If you have any other facts that I'm not aware of, or if I was wrong on anything, which is total possibility because I was totally like chilling, having a glass of wine and doing hippo research the past couple nights. So my information might be a little bit twisted, a little bit like messy. So just let me know in the comments below what you thought about this and anything that I may have forgotten. Also, please make sure you slap the shit out of that like button to support my channel and subscribe so that we can be friends forever, okay? Hopefully you'll like some of my other videos, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Mwah.